The iPhone 6 had that Apple A8 chip, a dual-core CPU, and 1 gig of RAM, where the iPhone SE 2020 had that Apple A13 Bionic chip, hexa-core CPU, and 3 gigs of RAM. So we're having 2 more extra gigs of RAM on this version where we don't have it on this one. So let's go and see which one is the better performing phone at the end of the day. Alright, let's go and start loading these apps up. Let me make sure everything's closed out in the background, and this phone is not. Okay, all apps are closed. Let's load the App Store. 3, 2, 1. And definitely the SE2 was faster. Still loading on the iPhone 6, and you can see that one was quite a bit of difference. This is going to be a pretty long comparison, I think. I'm just going to go straight into these third-party apps. This is going to be a very long comparison. Twitter, 3, 2, 1. Already loaded on the SE2. And iPhone 6 taking its time, and eventually we are into it on the iPhone 6. Facebook, 3, 2, 1. As you can see, iPhone SE2 is already loaded, and iPhone 6 eventually got into it. We'll just do Instagram, 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. Snapchat, 3, 2, 1. And SE2 is definitely faster, as you guys saw, that one was way faster. Netflix, 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, SE2 is already loaded. Eventually we are loaded on the iPhone 6. Paper Out 2, 3, 2, 1. And iPhone SE2 is already loaded, and the iPhone 6 is probably going to be loaded at some point. And one thing I want to show you guys is actually the gameplay. So if we get into the gameplay, you'll see how much smoother it is on the SE2. Come on. It took even so long to even get into the loading panel. And you guys can kind of see how glitchy it is on the iPhone 6. That thing is super glitchy. It's unbelievable. On the SE2, it's much more bearable in my opinion. Let's do the tempo run. 3, 2, 1. And we're in a game on the iPhone SE2. I don't know if we're in a game on the 6. I guess there's a chance we might be. This thing is taking so long to load, it's insane. Okay, we're finally into it, and we weren't in a game, but I'm not even going to redo this one because the SE2 is going to beat it by a long shot. Real Racing 3, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully this one is downloaded, and another thing you'll see is that even once you tap the game, it's almost instantaneous on the SE2, where the iPhone 6 was much slower, and we have to download it, of course. We'll just let that one slide. We can do Quizlet, 3, 2, 1. Again, faster on the iPhone SE2, and this isn't even that big of an app, which is kind of funny that there's this big of a difference even on this one. There we go. Snake versus Blocks, 3, 2, 1. And as you guys can see again, sorry I was stretching, yeah, SE2 faster again. 6 eventually get into it. I mean, this is some pretty big differences between these two for sure. Gameplay, and maybe the SE2 will be somewhat faster. They're about the same when it comes down to it. We'll end it off with Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. Now they're on 2 different versions of the game, but the only thing that changes is the skin. The loading and everything is going to be exactly the same whether you're on one version or the other for the most part. And as you can see, SE2 is already loaded through pretty far into it, and the iPhone 6 is still taking its time. It's okay. We can already, play the game if we want to, but this is pretty crazy. It's pretty intense in my opinion. We're almost loaded on the SE on the iPhone 6. And yeah, even to get into it was a little of a glitchy experience. So what I can tell you, dude, is for sure the iPhone SE2 is the faster phone at the end of the day. You're going to be getting a much better speed, much better experience overall. Yeah, if you keep your iPhone 6, maybe you can get a couple more months out of it, but going to an iPhone SE2 will be a super smart experience in terms of just the speed that you'll be gaining from that. So for sure, the SE2 has my heart and my seal of approval. Now let's go.